we all
All
are.
right. Hi,
Tziarra, how are
everybody.
you?
Good. How are you? Glad to be here.
Yeah, we're very excited to have you. First game under your belt. It's got to feel good after such a long off season to be back playing again.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a long off season, with the fall series ending, so much time until the longest preseason of all time. And finally being able to play again has been awesome. So, absolutely.
Well, Z, I wanted to ask you, it seems like your personality has been on display from like the second you stepped on the field. And I know that in broadcasting, at least, I feel like it takes a little time. You kind of have to get your feet wet before you really get comfortable and show that personality, but not so for you on the field. Where does that come from? And kind of how did you develop your style of play?
Wow, that's a great question. I think it just kind of developed over the years, just like building confidence, just, continuing to have people hype me up. And I'm a big, like, I love the hype. I love hyping other people up. So I think that, like, energy just kind of follows me everywhere I go.
Love that.
Well, we like to get the sort of backstory of players on the show, where they started playing, what it was like, maybe turn it way back to youth ball. I mean, what was your introduction to the sport? Do you have a crazy funny story? I mean, some people kind of started not even liking soccer.
Yeah.
What was your intro?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say it's that funny. I mean, I have two older brothers, 5 and 6 years older than me. And so by the time I came around, they had done all the sports, tried all the things, and they were like, soccer is what we like. And so I was like, all right, cool, soccer is what we're doing. And so I, danced and played soccer when I was younger. And then there was a point when I had to decide which one I wanted to do more serious, and soccer was the winner.
Well, that's it. Dance and soccer. I think that speaks
I
to
know.
what Jen says because they both are a rhythmic sport in some ways. Like soccer, I
Absolutely.
feel like when I watch you play at times, you feel the game. Is that when you feel like you're the best? Is when you're feeling the beat of what the game is giving you?
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny because I almost feel like a different person when I'm on the field. Like even after the game, like my teammates will be like, "Oh, that pass was so good." I'm like, "I don't even remember it, but thanks." Like that's just like I don't know, like I kind of lose my everything and just kind of throw myself into it. So definitely just kind of go with the flow.
Hmm.
I have two questions here. First, what kind of dance did you do?
That's a great question. So I did ballet, tap, and jazz.
Okay, fully expect that Marissa Pilla is going to find some photos and be asking you for them sometime soon on a broadcast.
Sounds
we'd love
good.
to see that. And then my second question was just looking back for you, in New Jersey. Now, you played, your club team was all girls, right? Or were there boys on the team as
Yep,
well?
all girls.
All girls. But who's got the most goals in the history of that club, boys or girls?
Ooh.
Still you, right? At least, look, I busted out my old notes from when you were at NC State.
Wow,
Right
that's
there.
a throwback. So yeah, my high school team. There was a boys and girls high school team, and I am the leading scorer, I guess, in high school. Allie, you want to make an appearance?
Yeah, get in here. Who we got?
Allie Long, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh gosh.
Hi.
Run away.
I just heard she was the leading goal scorer in high school. So happy for her.
Get out of here.
Hey, Allie.
Not surprised.
But yes, in high school.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little upset that my board was factually incorrect and said club in high school, but
It was close.
Story is still good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was close. One of the other things that I noted about you too is you played futsal. You're like a really good futsal player.
I love futsal.
Do you still play in the office?
No, I don't. I haven't in a long time, and I look at my shoes in my closet every day, and I'm like, I miss you, but like there's like nowhere to really play.
All you need is Allie Long knows all the futsal things.
All right, bet I'm gonna have to hit her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a great story of Allie playing in New York City leagues with I don't know if it's actually futsal, but it's indoor.
Okay.
What about last year? I mean, you were a rookie. I had this conversation with a coach recently, and he was saying like rookies last year had the most unique rookie experience you could possibly imagine. And
It was strange.
did that, I guess the point being made was that it almost forced them to gain maturity and experience, maybe, not saying that they didn't have it or you didn't have it, but what do you think you took from last year that you maybe could apply or just wouldn't have expected, beyond the obvious of the pandemic? Do you think that it did something for your game in any way?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think it was cool to kind of get my feet wet a little bit, in a situation that I guess wasn't as high pressure, you could say. And then I think also like just the turnaround of like the games and the Challenge Cup last year, it was like, be ready, recover properly, all of those things. So I think that definitely there kind of was a mindset piece where like you had to be tuned in at all times.
Yeah. One of the things that I find interesting too, and I've been in that place where I've gone from one team to the next. You get traded, and it's an emotional experience, and I don't think a lot of people understand that.
Absolutely.
Can you bring us into what that was like when you, just how you process those things? Because it's almost as if you are balancing this idea of, okay, they don't want me, but they really want me too.
Absolutely. That right there was like nail on the head right there. Like when I got the call, I kind of was like, whoa, all right. It was definitely a shocker. Like I was feeling good. I was excited. This was about a month out before I was, getting ready to head back out. And so that kind of like changed my whole plan, my whole, everything kind of got rocked. So, when, I had heard from Bill, he was kind of saying like, we're really excited to have you and all these things. And it kind of, built me back up again. But I definitely was like, whew, a little salty, but it is what it is. It's and at that point in time, I kind of chalked it up to like it's business. Business is business. Like you got to do what you got to do. But I realized like a few weeks into preseason that really I never gave myself the space to process what was going on and how I felt as a person and not like as a pawn in this game. And when I really took the time to do that, I felt like I kind of relaxed more and fell more into my position here. So,
My gosh, have we all not learned how to like process things so much more? I feel like the emotions of this past year on just so many levels. Good for you because you have to take that time, right? I can imagine how challenging it's been. So I want to ask you because I love to dig up the silver linings. So can you give me one good silver lining story? It can be off the field, on the field, anything, just kind of from this past year.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many. Like between like the people that I've met in Utah, the people I've met here, just great groups of people, like amazing individuals, just people that I feel uplifted when I'm around. And I think that's one of the most beautiful things about sports, building that community and those friendships. So I think that's huge silver lining.
Well, I know we're a little short on time, so I want to ask Jordan had a fun one in here that I'll have to steal from her, I guess. But there was an interesting piece that you did on Beats and Rhymes, talking about music in your life.
Yes.
You talked about dancing. So, I mean, let's talk music a little bit. Like, what are you jamming out to? What do you need in your headphones?
Ooh, it really depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Like anything really that has bass in it, like will shake your eardrums a little bit, like you can feel the vibration in your locker room chair type. That's kind of what I'm going for. So really, mostly rap I feel like is what I go for. But it really just depends.
Yeah. Oh, I loved that piece. I shout out to Christian Brooks. I did an interview with him on Beats and Rhymes FC in 2014. So I love his pieces, right? When he talks to you about what you love. What really stuck out to me was strength, courage, and wisdom.
Yep, right here.
I love that India Re song. Love it. So good. So I felt like we were connected on that piece.
Love it.
Really connected.
Absolutely.
So looking at this season, I feel like we do need to talk just about how what you as a person, player, what your goals are for this year, because you do have almost another fresh start. You were a rookie last year,
Yeah.
had a fresh start there, now a fresh start again before we get
Yeah.
into a few last questions.
Yeah, without a doubt. We have a lot of depth on this team. We've got the talent, and so I'm so excited to see that all come together. Trusting, our leadership and trusting the decisions that are being made, and just looking to grow as a player and be ready when I'm called upon, and make my impact and all of those things. So yeah, I'm just excited to continue to grow. And like you said, another fresh start, new experience. So yeah, I'm just excited all around.
See, is there one thing about your game that that maybe you feel like is going to surprise some people that they haven't seen yet, or you haven't gotten to fully show off yet?
Yeah, it's so funny because last year both my goals were headers, and me and my college coach Tim have this running joke because all 4 years of college I never used my head, never scored a goal with my head, and so it's funny because like people are like, "Oh yeah, she's like so good with her head," and we literally crack up because I'm like, I don't even know where that came from, but just like yeah, I think that just my unpredictability on the ball. Just my I spur of the moment decision making, like I kind of said, just like really go with the flow and read the game, and I think that that's something that stands out about the way that I play.
Yes, I'm totally taking notes for Wednesday. Sorry.
Yeah. This is prep, and it's also good to know Tziarra. So I love that. There's been a lot of love for you in the chat. Ray84 said, watching Tziarra play is a vibe. I think, yeah. Ugh, I knew you would feel that one. I knew
my
you
heart.
would. I know. Best. We're gonna go to some rapid fire. Is that cool? Because I feel
All right,
like
let's get it.
we're gonna get you a few different questions. I'm gonna go actually to someone from the chat first, which we haven't done this yet. We're switching it up. J Mills 1996 wants to know best futsal squad you've played with.
So our club team, we had a team, Winslow Tigers. We used to break ankles. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to find the highlight tape and put it online because it used to be crazy. That group that I had, if we ever make a reunion and come back together, it's gonna be crazy.
Love it.
So Winslow Tigers, my club team, 100%. Sorry, that was not rapid fire, but
that's all right. We'll start now. That was it. We switched it up. So yeah, you go. Jeff, Jen, and then me. We'll go in that order.
All right. What about we love talking fashion on this show. So what's favorite clothing brand, favorite style right now?
Favorite clothing brand, Goodwill. I love Goodwill. I love thrifting secondhand. That is my go-to.
Lori is going to be upset that she missed this show because we had a whole thrifting chat with Sarah Gordon last year.
Yeah, I was thinking Sarah Gordon and Z thrift show would be fun.
Oh, that would be fire.
Okay.
I'm going to have to text her.
I want to see that happen. Also, okay, I'm going to go back to music and in my softball mode a little bit. What would your walk-up song be?
Oof. I would have to go, it's a throwback, Itty Bitty Piggy by Nicki Minaj. Wild song, but just so hype. Yeah. Like you can't listen to that song and not get hype.
I feel like it's that's perfect for you. Perfect. Have you ever have you seen Van de Sanden from the Netherlands?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. If you could do your hair a different color, or like, is there a next color that you want to dye your hair?
I've done so many already. I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe like a blue.
Ooh.
A blue, a green. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
You got to keep people on their toes.
Absolutely. All right. Last one. I'll go last one. Team with the cutest pet. Or teammate with the cutest pet. I know. It's going to be hard.
I have to go with my roommate, McNabb, Kristen McNabb. Her dog, Ren, we have a connection. Love me some Renly. So Kristen McNabb has the cutest dog.
Yeah. Actually, Jen, I think you had one more about the whiteboard, didn't you?
Oh, Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready.
Let's
What do you want to
put
see?
your artistic skills to use. How about in honor of your college team? You guys give me your best wolf. You got a wolf?
Oh boy. Okay.
Or a paw. You could go with a paw if you wanted to just bail out.
A
Okay.
paw.
Well, we gotta go with the ears. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
now we can.
Love that.
I'm right in the glare. This way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attention to
Ears. Connect that. A little face. I don't know, some teeth
There we go. Fierce.
and some eyes. Oh man, this is bad. Uh, uh, uh,
Just write NC State by it.
There you
Show
go.
us the close up. You can move your
Good.
computer.
go back.
There we go. Shout out
Yeah.
Wolfpack.
Yep. Oh. Nailed it.
I didn't get the
Can
I
you
didn't get
take
the
a
artistic
picture of that
gene.
and
Yeah, I can do that.
send it out loud out on the web, on the web page.
Absolutely. I'm not the most artistic, but hey, I tried.
Yeah,
Me either.
someone in the chat, Clarker said we need Bob Ross. Maybe we do. Maybe it's Sarah Gordon and Z doing fashion and also learning how to draw with Bob Ross.
Yes.
Z, it's been so great to chat with you. Thank you for spending a little bit of your Monday, and we can't wait to see your
Absolutely.
team
Thank
play
you.
this week. We know it's going to be a big one.
Yes, 100%. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.